it doesn't come at all. I only know that when I'm in it, love is a silly, it is a silly, love is a silly,
That's Paul McCartney. We're Exact Change. Thank you all. It's again our pleasure being here with you. We're going to start off with our program in a couple of minutes. So our congratulations once again to Josh and Paul, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Hi, everybody. Hello, everybody. I'd like to thank you all for joining us today at Broadway Theater's Gala to honor two of my favorite men in town, and that says a lot. I'd like them to stand up quick so we can give them a big Scranton welcome to Josh Mast and Paul Blackledge. Stand up. Thank you, guys. Thank you. First, I'd like to acknowledge, you see this beautiful book at all of your places. We thank each and every one of you who took an ad out to honor Josh and Paul, your business. We thank you, but it could not be done without the wonderful work and the in-kind gift that we get year after year for our invitations, save the dates, many things we do in the office, but this book itself, and when I tell you that Mike Depew had to pull a rabbit out of his hat for this time, it's a lot. So could we give a big warm welcome to Allied Services Mike Depew. Stand up, Mike. There we go. Okay, I'm going to take a quick exit here because I've interviewed some of you guys. So if you could just take a look at the screen behind me and listen to all the wonderful things that so many people have said about our wonderful Josh and Paul, and then I'll be right back. Enjoy. Hi, everybody. I'm Laurie Cadden. We are here at Broadway Theater's Gala. Honorees tonight are the wonderful and talented and two of the kindest guys in the whole area. Josh Mast and Paul Blackledge are being honored. And we're so thrilled that they're able to do this for us and to celebrate this wonderful evening. So we're going to do a little bit of interviewing and see what everybody has to say about Mr. Mast and Mr. Blackledge. We are here with the two belles of the ball, the co-chairs of this wonderful event. We have Bernie, no, I know, I'm teasing. How about Bernie Ross and Marlene Salmon? They are the cutest two. They've been doing this for years. It seems like you do it in your sleep. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's what it seems like. So Bernie, what do you think about the fact that we have Paul and Josh this year and the remarkable things they've done?
I can't begin to tell you. The more I know them, the more I love them. And I am so impressed with what they do for the community and for the arts. They have done so much for Broadway theater. They host our cast parties. They gave us a Cinderella ball, and they do it with such style. They truly have brought New York to Scranton, and when you see the ballroom, you will agree with me. I know you will. They are incredible people, and we're so lucky to have them.
We are. And Marlene, what do you think about the whole look of this ballroom? When you walked in today and saw what it looked like, what'd you think?
I think it represents the people that did it. Josh and Paul bring sparkle to our community, and it just sparkles. It's a wonderful, wonderful evening tonight.
Just love it. Both of you were so good. So you want to say anything real cute to our boys before we say goodbye?
We love you, we're proud of you, and we're so happy to give you this award.
Congratulations. You're the best, both of you. A dynamic duo.
Thank you, girls. We are here with the honorees of tonight's festivities, Mr. Josh Mast and Mr. Paul Blackledge. They are gorgeous as always, all the time, tonight especially, and I can't tell you how fun this has been and how beautiful this place is, and you're doing everything and you're being honored. How the heck do you do it?
It's an honor to be honored,
Yes.
just to be nominated, I guess. That's what they say on the red carpet, right?
You actually won. And
Yeah.
by the way, who are you wearing?
My private collection.
There you go. So go
No,
ahead.
so
What do you
it's
think?
it's just great to be here in Scranton. We're celebrating our 10-year anniversary of opening the Colonnade, our 7-year anniversary of Posh, and we're so lucky to be guests at kind of our own event. We're the caterer, we're the event planner, and we're being honored. It's an honor to be in Scranton.
Well, it's an honor for us to have you in Scranton. Paul, how do you follow that now? And who are you wearing?
No. Well,
Is it one of your own designs?
it is not one of my own designs,
Oh,
I
okay.
wish. But
Go ahead.
we're both wearing Zara men, so
Oh, he said it. There you go. So
Exactly.
tell me how, I know this is a lot of work, as Josh just mentioned, but like to see it all come together and to see all these people and they're all going to say nice things about you and they're all here to honor you. What does that feel like?
well, that's kind of the worst part for us because we hate to be the center of attention. That's why we'd love to throw parties for other people. But tonight, we're so thrilled to be able to, we're honored to be honored, as we said, but we're thrilled to be able to have a party of our own for everyone and to celebrate with our friends and family and to accept this award. It's very humbling for us and we're thrilled to do it, and we want everybody to feel welcome in the space that we've created. So.
Well, I'd like to say too publicly, and Josh knows I say it all the time, Paul, because I say it at Scranton tomorrow, and Josh can attest to that, but I kid you not when I tell you that having both of you in this town is one of the greatest things for all of us, or two of the greatest things, because without you, there would not be the most two beautiful buildings, beautiful places to go, and what you bring, your kindness, your generosity, the never say no, the what do you need, doll? How you doing today? The other day he called me, hi, doll face. I'm like, I love it. But it's so good because you're two of the greatest men, and keep doing it because we appreciate it. So just know. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Well, right now we have Marcia Roberts, who is Josh Mast's mom, and you could tell because he looks just like his mother. And we have Dick Covell here, Marcia's wonderful. Is he your fiance?
No, he's just my sweetie.
Well, see, I'm
Kinda.
pushing it.
Well, kind of.
Are you getting engaged right here on air?
Well,
No?
not
Well, almost.
necessarily, but almost.
Okay, there we go. Marcia, see? Hey, what the heck? So anyway, what do you think? You know how talented your son is, and Paul. What do you think about this incredible honor that they're here in this beautiful building and the place that Broadway is honoring them? This has to be an honor for you as his mom.
Well, it really is. And I remember when a couple of years before they bought the Colonnade, they were living in New York, and we came here to Scranton, and they took me past the Colonnade then. And they shared with me what their dream was. And as Josh's mom, and mom to Paul as well, it's just so fantastic to see the realization of their dream, and I'm just bursting with pride tonight.
And Dick, how do you feel about all this?
Well, I'm pretty excited about being part of it all, and I'm taking it all in, and I'm it's just great to be here.
Aw,
I've never been in Scranton,
And where are you from, Dick?
Western Michigan, Grand Rapids to be specific.
All right.
Western Michigan, and that's
All
where
right.
Josh grew up.
I know. He tells us all the time.
But even
He's
then,
become a Scrantonian, though.
I know it,
that.
and that's okay.
All right, we
But-
love him.
But
We
you
love
know,
him.
when he was young, his creativity, his innovation, his desire to do everything the very best way possible in the business that his grandparents started and then I owned. Josh was so involved, and my heart just bursts with the wonderful man that he has become, and I'm so proud of him.
And I'm standing here just staring at Marcia because he looks just like you. I love it. Thank you. You're a beauty. And Dick, how about a smooch?
Oh,
Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
this is a great place.
Yes, it is. And I'm here with Mr. Santinello. Fidelity Bank is the sponsor of the Sam and Jane Callie Star Award, honoring Josh and Paul tonight. Dan, year after year, we ask, will you help us? Year after year, you say yes. I mean, it doesn't hurt that Brian Callie's the president or the chairman of your board, Fidelity Bank, but you say yes regardless. It's important, and why is that?
Well, again, giving back to the community is a big part of what Fidelity Bank does, but tonight is even more special because we have Sam Callie and Jane Callie. Sam was a part of our bank for over 50 years and was a tremendous contributor to the community. Just great people, so it's easy to give to this cause. And Broadway Theater is a fantastic organization, again, that gives back to this organization in so many, or to this area in so many ways. So.
Well, and you're also chairman of the Scranton Cultural Center Board, which is where we have these phenomenal plays. So we're a good team, I think, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Great partnership. Both couldn't exist without each other.
It's the truth. And Dan, one more thing. What do you think about our honorees tonight?
Fabulous, fabulous people. You know, terrific.
And everything they bring to this community. It's just amazing.
Yep, I would agree 100%.
There you go. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, now I am with two other handsome dudes. We have Brian Callie, who is on the board of directors of Broadway Theater League, but also he is the son of Jane and Sam Callie, their award is given tonight, to, as I said, to Josh and Paul. He's also the newly elected, I guess, is it elected? Chairman of the board of Fidelity Bank. I just had Dan on 2 minutes ago.
Oh, wonderful.
He said all nice things about you, Brian. And then we have Mr. Frank Blasi, who is the executive director of Broadway Theater League. So we are here. It's a beautiful night, boys. Brian, it's so important that your mom and dad continue to be honored. The fact that Josh and Paul I know every year that when we choose them, you give the final say. When they told you this year they were thinking of Josh and Paul and they wanted to honor them, what were your thoughts on that?
I just think it's a perfect honor to my parents for both to have Josh and Paul. My mother and father, looking down clearly tonight, would be very proud to have had these two because they reflect what I think my mom and dad always believed in. And they're just two great guys.
Frank, what's the deal here? It is a great night once again for Broadway Theater. What do you have to say about our guys and about this incredible event?
Well, first of all, I'll echo what Brian says. Josh and Paul are fantastic honorees tonight. They really fit into our category of someone that advances the arts and the living in the city of Scranton. They do a great job here, and we're very happy to be able to honor them tonight. Of course, our gala is our biggest fundraiser of the year. We are very pleased to have our board of directors here and have a lot of our friends and families here as well. It's a beautiful night. The place looks fantastic, and this red carpet is great. We're really looking forward to having a great night tonight. So, and I thank you, of course, for doing a real great job here on the red carpet, interviewing all our folks here.
Well, we're happy to do it. Brian, thank you very much. We'll see you in a little bit. And Frank, we'll see you.
And you're the best.
Thanks, Lori.
Well, I found the Blackledges in the house today. We have Sally, who is Paul's mom, and Beth Blackledge, who is Paul's sister, lives in, where do you live, Beth?
Lancaster.
And Josh said, and she graduated from Dunmore.
Yeah, that's right.
There you
1995. Go Bucks.
There you go. So, Sally, what do you think about this? Josh's mom I just interviewed, Marcia, and you're here, you live in locally, so you see it, you're around. But my God, what do you think about this?
We are so proud of them. They work so hard. I think they've brought so much to the city, and they love it. That's the best part. They love Scranton. They love what they're doing, and I think they'll continue for a long time.
And I looked into Marcia's eyes and I could see Josh, and I'm looking in your eyes and I see Paul.
Really? That's
See, I think I have two boys, so girls, I think boys look like their moms. Beth, come on over a little bit to me, honey. Tell me this. Did you, when you were growing up with this dude, did you think that he would become and do the things that he's done right here in Lackawanna County? Did you even think that this would happen?
To be honest, I didn't. I mean, I think that what I'm so emotional about, he, took one path, and then he made the decision to kind of end that and start over here in the town where he was born and raised. And it takes a lot of courage and hard work, and his job is not easy. Josh's job is not easy, and so I'm just so happy that we could all be here tonight to celebrate.
I'd like to say that we always knew that Paul was special. We always knew that he would do something. We didn't know what, but he was always special. And he's the guy, when you walk down the street with him in New York City, everybody turns and looks at him, even now, to think, well, he looks famous. Who is he?
He's a beautiful man.
He's Paul Blackledge from Scranton, PA. That's right.
I love it. We're a proud mom indeed. And if you guys could look in the camera, what do you want to say to Paul, Beth?
Congratulations. We love you, and enjoy this wonderful evening.
And Mom?
Ditto. We love you. You're doing a great job. This is our...
Come on, Mr. Blackledge, quick. Come on in. We also have Mr. Blackledge. What do you say to your handsome son?
Paul and Josh, we're very proud of you for all the hard work you've done for your businesses and for the city, the gratitude that you give to the city. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I am here with the mayor of Scranton, William L. What does L stand for?
Leonard.
William Leonard.
My uncle's name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always wondered. I thought maybe it was Laurie.
No.
Just kidding. Anyway, so tell me a little bit. This is happening tonight. You're two good buddies. You were the mayor of the Munchkin City in the county in the land of Oz, as I say. So tell me, as the mayor of Scranton, what these two have done to two buildings and continue to thrive and move and bring such energy. What do you have to say about that?
I think it's fabulous. Actually, I was on council when they bought the Colonnade, and that was one of the first things I voted on. But what they have done in the Colonnade and now the Scranton Club is just tremendous. And the thing that I really like about them, even more than what they did there, is their involvement in our community. They're involved in Scranton Tomorrow, they're involved in downtown business, and we need a lot more people like them in the city of Scranton.
Yeah, we do. So I guess when you said you're coming to visit, coming over to honor these guys, it's important to you because you see all these beautiful buildings. I mean, Bill, these two of them are beautiful, but then what they've done to it. If everybody could believe and have that kind of foresight, that would be tremendous for us, wouldn't it? And so many people do, but these are just two guys that just keep doing it.
Yeah, I think if you take a look into downtown especially, it's infectious. For what they did, it's catching on to everybody. And one thing I would really like to say is, Josh and Paul, this is the second year that they are hosting a free Christmas lunch for everybody in City Hall. That's the kind of people they are.
They are, because not only, even what they do for Broadway theater, they always say they benefit from being here as much as they give, and I think that's what happens when that old line, and I can't think of it now, so I'm stumbling on my words, but when you give, it comes back, always, always.
And I think that's what's happening for them. I don't know anybody that is not amazed at what they've done with those two properties. But again, as people, they're just wonderful people.
I know. I love them. I love them dearly. We love you. We appreciate you being here and all the good things that are going on in Scranton.
Yes.
And the continuation of good stuff with our dear friends Josh Mast and Paul Blackledge as they continue to do the wonderful things. I can't say it. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We love them. Keep going, guys. We are so honored that you're here. The mayor says it too. Love you guys and have a great night. And I hope you believe.
Congratulations to both of them for everything they do for the city.
And just to hear all the wonderful things. So take it all in tonight, guys, and have a wonderful time. You deserve it. Love you. Guys, do you think the people said enough good stuff about you? Oh, boy, oh, boy. Okay. Well, it is my honor now to introduce the Executive Director of Broadway Theater, Attorney Frank Blasey.
Thank you, Lori. That was fantastic. Welcome, everybody, to our Broadway Theater League Gala tonight, giving the Sam and Jane Calley Award to our two very good friends, Josh Mast and Paul Blackledge. Thank you, folks, very much. On Thursday night, when we were all trying to get home from work in the snowstorm, Josh and Paul were in here making this place look like this. So I thank you very much. It is beautiful. I'm up here basically to give some thank yous, and I want to start off by thanking Deb Peterson and the Scranton Cultural Center, Dan Santinello, the president, for this beautiful place that we're able to have this party tonight. They've always been very, very good partners with Broadway Theater League. I also want to thank in a very special way our Broadway Theater League Board of Directors, led by our president, Michael Barbetti. Michael cannot be here tonight. He is actually celebrating his anniversary with his wife in New York City, but he told me to please express his great gratitude for all of you coming here tonight and being part of our gala celebration. I also want to thank all the members of our Board of Directors, most of whom are here tonight, and a special thank you to our Gala committee, and I have to read the names because they've done so much to make tonight so beautiful. And of course, it's written on black paper, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to read it, but I'm going to try. Tony Bartocci, Brenda Bistocchi, Dr. Kim DeAndrea, Elizabeth DeFrancesco, Al Durunda, Bill Joyce Sr., Susan Kalinowski, Dr. Paulette Merschel, Aaron Patrica, Dr. Donald Priate, Mary Jo Prino, Dr. Judy Cowley. Thank you very much to our committee. Now, everybody that knows about the committee is saying, wait a minute, you forgot something, and I did not forget. I saved the best for last. Our co-chairs, the beautiful Bernie Ross and Marlene Salmon, who are sitting right to my left over here. They've done this gala for so many years, and they always make it a labor of love, and it is beautiful. Thank you very, very much, Marlene and Bernie. Our honorary committee is here tonight: Ida Castro, Mariella Coleman, Katie Gilmartin, Betsy Moylan, Annette Paludis, and Randy Williams. Thank you very much to them. And some of the Broadway Theater League ambassadors are here tonight: Dr. Catherine Richmond-Cullen, Barbara Colangelo, and Joey Zarconi. A special thanks to Joey also, because as Lori was talking about putting that beautiful program together, it was really done because it was so big. It's a really big program. We had Joey working extra hours as well, doing the layout and design. And Joey, thank you very much. You did a beautiful job, as you always do. I also have to thank the very, very special Lori Cadden for the job that she did on the red carpet and helping to plan this thing tonight. I think Lori did a fantastic job, as she always does as well. Broadway Theater League cannot get along without doing our fundraiser, which is our gala every year. We also can't get along without the help of a board of directors and a group of ambassadors that really love Broadway, they love theater, and they're here with us all the time. So thank you very, very much. I also want to give a special thank you, shout out to our media sponsors, WBRE and Nexstar. Steve Daniloff is here tonight, I believe. Steve, if you want to take a bow, please. Thank you very much for helping to publicize our cause. We also, for our gala, received some billboards from Lamar, which was very nice, and also the River did some public service announcements for us. I want to thank you very much for spreading the word to get all you folks here. I think once you got here, you can see what a beautiful event this truly is. So that's the end of my thank yous. You're very happy to see. I took this long only because I wanted to distract Paul and Josh long enough so that I could back up my car and take all those crab legs into it for tomorrow. So. But thank you. The appetizers were fantastic. The opening of that was fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. You guys are amazing, and we're so happy to be able to give this award to you tonight. And I have a million things I want to say, but I'm going to let Brian say them to me because Brian and I have discussed this before. So without further ado, I would like to have the pleasure of introducing the presenter of the Sam and Jane Calley Award, Sam and Jane's son, Brian Calley, who is coming up to my left here. Brian is probably the best lawyer in Lackawanna County, if I must say so. His dad, Sam, was one of my great mentors and with respect to Broadway Theater League. He brought me on the board originally, and he is the reason why I am here today. His dad and mom worked with me on many, many committees, and Brian and I have worked on many, many committees. He's a great asset to the community. He's a great asset to Broadway Theater League. So without further ado, I would like Brian to present the award to Josh and Paul. Brian?
Thank you very much, Frank. We couldn't have an organization of this magnitude and this success without Frank Blasey. And little does everybody realize how great that guy is. Because we really do have one of the finest boards in our community. We have a great, enthusiastic board, a board that works very, very hard. They work with passion, they work with diligence, but we all realize how much of a leader we need. And we are just so fortunate that he has dedicated himself, his life now, to Broadway Theater. And Frank, on behalf of all of us, thank you, my friend, for what you do. Before I do anything else, I was reminded to introduce, at least to recognize, the past recipients of this award who are here with us tonight. And I will just mention you, ask you to stand, and then we'll give you our round of applause when we're done. There's Don Martin, there's Deb Peterson from the Cultural Center, Nada and Michael Gilmartin, Dr. Catherine Richmond Cullen, Annette Palutis, and the Fidelity Bank, Dan Santinello, who I have some direct relationship with. So I am very honored for all of you to be with us tonight. Thank you for coming. And each year, I sometimes say the same thing. Sometimes I try to remember something different to say with respect to this award with the different honorees. But each and every day of my life, my mom and my dad are a part of it. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't think of them, remember them, and have my father hitting me on the head, reminding me to go in the straight line and not go too far to the left or the right. But it's just tonight and this every evening in which we have this gala, it gives me a different opportunity and a better opportunity to think a little bit more about them and what they were all about and what this award is all about. My mom and dad, like so many good others of that generation, believed very sincerely in the necessity that in your community, that if you are part of a community, that you need to give back to that community. And that it was as important for them as their family, that each and everything that they did in their life, in their business, and with their family was to give back to the community. My mom and dad were just individuals who taught my brother and I, and we were very fortunate to grow up in that family, of how important it is to be a part of what you do. My father and mother loved Broadway theater. They loved the arts. My father was in business, and his success was because of my mother and himself. But truly, he believed that northeastern Pennsylvania, if it was going to thrive in any way, and remember, that generation came out of World War II, came out of a depression, and we had a struggling economy in northeastern Pennsylvania. And they knew very, very importantly that if we were going to have a development, if we were going to have economic prosperity, that we would need to have as part and parcel of that the arts and cultural with it. Because without arts and culture, you don't get the economic prosperity that you need. And then he believed they both believed very sincerely in this Broadway theater and so many other organizations that they were in. And they believed in Broadway theater to the point where they knew that it had to survive. And one of the things about my dad I remember very fondly was his ability to say that we need to do something today that will last for tomorrow. And one of the things that my dad was very good at was to look at creating an environment where he would bring younger people in, and bring young people in because he knew that the future of these organizations would last if we did that. That's what Frank Blasey's here for. He came as a very young man with my father and brought this organization to where it was, and brought it to an organization that at one point was floundering and now very successful. So it's very important that we all recognize the importance of what this is to give back to the community. And it's very critical that if we are to go forward, that that's what we all continue to do. So this award is in honor of honor of my mom and dad, but in honor of all of those people who give to this community and make it what it is, something very special for all of us. You know, when I was trying to prepare for tonight, I had to say it was a little difficult because many of the other individuals and businesses that got this award in the past, I knew, not directly, but indirectly. I knew some more personally. So it was a little bit easier for me to maybe think about what I can say. But then I thought a little harder, and I looked and thought about who we were honoring tonight. And then I found a couple thoughts and some of the things that have already been said before me about Paul and Josh. They're two people, two guys who came, one with roots here, one from Michigan, who came here, came back home. One of them came back home and went by a building. And when they talk about the colonnade today, and you talk about the colonnade 12 years ago, when it was falling down, dilapidated, and on council they were very close to saying, let's close this place and knock it down. When you guys came and you looked at that building and had the dream, as was stated by your mom, and looking at it and saying, boy, we can make that something special. Well, that's a special talent in and of itself. That's something special to have that dream, and more importantly, to come here and do it, and have the guts to do it. And that's not easy, and that's not easy for anybody. I watched the construction because I passed it every day on Mulberry and Jefferson, and I watched how you guys progressed, and I watched what you did, and then it opened. 10 years tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it opened. And I walked in your place for the first time, and to say in awe is an understatement. The talent that you two have to make something like it was to what it is just tremendous. It is something that we don't see very often in northeastern Pennsylvania. In the past, we're seeing it more now, but it's because of guys and a commitment like you, as was said. And then a few years after you opened, you had another chance. You had a chance to go down about 200 feet down the road here and go to the Old Boys Club. And you guys may not remember that, but I do remember a little bit about the Scranton Club. That started as the Old Boys Club. My father and mother, and my father, because it was a place where businessmen used to go and communicate, meet for lunch, talk, make some deals, do some things. But in the beginning, the only one who could come in that door was a man. They wouldn't let women in. And then they had some problems. They had some financial problems. And I used to hear my mother all the time, because she was way ahead of her time, say to my father, I don't want you to go there. I don't want you to go there unless I can go there. And until I can go there, I don't want you to go. Well, my father was always somewhat, not maybe like his son Brian, but sometimes not wanting to cause a fight or an argument, would simply say, now Jane, and I'm sure he snuck lunches without ever telling her. But then there came a time where they were in financial problems. And then a bunch of the men who were there, who were good businessmen, who were smart about keeping it, and my father, to his benefit, financially put money into the Scranton Club on one condition: women will now come to the Scranton Club. And that was the beginning of when women came to the Scranton Club. And it says a lot about our town and what was progressing and what we were doing at the time. But I want to tell you a little bit more about what I think about you guys. I want to tell you about what I really think you are. I think you're entrepreneurs. I think you got a lot of guts. I think you came into an area, you came from New York, you had a vision, you had an idea of what you wanted to do, and you're a successful businessman, and you're successful people, and you've given to this community far greater than anyone could have asked that you do. But that's not all you did. You didn't just open physical doors. You opened something else. You opened up the eyes of this community. You opened this community to accept all of the people within it. You made all of us better for that. Everybody that comes into your place comes and happy to be there. It's no longer the old boys club and women can come sometimes or others can come. People who go into the colonnade, who come to Posh, who come to see your place or participate in anything there, come not only because it's a nice spot and it's a physically nice place and you put on a nice show and you have good food. It comes because of you guys. Because you guys give your heart and soul to this community. You made us open their eyes. You made this community recognize. Diversity is important. Arts and culture are important. Recently, I was down at Posh when the governor was there, and it was the Arts and Cultural Day. It was the happiest moment in a long time in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Not only because the governor was there and chose your place to be in, but the diversity of the people in that community, in that place, every one of them happy, every one of them smiling, everybody there being happy to be there, accepted. It made the old boys club happy again. And because of guys and what you've done, you have made us all better. You have made Scranton better. And I'm not so sure you know how much you really did. But all of the people here who experience you and who are a part of what you do, believe me from my heart and my soul, you have made us all better. You continue to do that every day. There's nothing more than you do other than making us happy, content, and accepted. And I am so happy and so proud to be a part of this night because of who you are and what you are. You are outstanding gentlemen. You give to the arts. We all know you. The arts and culture of Lackawanna County flourishes because of the centerpiece of those organizations. That's Posh. That's the Colonnade. They thrive because of the openness and the acceptance in those places, and that's because of you. I want to tell you something. My mother died in 2004. My father died in 2009. Our first year that we did this, I think, was 2006, if I'm correct. But we didn't do it like this, and it didn't look like this, and it'll never look like this again. This is just wonderful. We were over at the Lackawanna College. But my mother was way ahead of her time. My mother's up there smiling. My mother's saying, "You did good, guys. You did good. Thank you for doing what you did." And on behalf of all of us, on behalf of everybody in this community, whether they know it or not, thank you for having the guts. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for opening the heart and the soul of northeastern Pennsylvania. You're very special. My mother and father could never be prouder than to be here. I know who you are. I don't know you very well, but I know what you are. And you are what I said. You are the heart and soul of this community. If you'd come up, I'd like to give you this award.
Speech? Someone wants a speech? It's so wonderful to look out and see so many familiar faces, old faces, new faces on old faces. That's classic Johnny Carson. Come on. Before we get to our list of thank yous, I just want to try to clear something up. There was a gentleman in the lobby who was congratulating me and thanking me and saying how wonderful it is that it's on a Saturday night. And I said, well, we work on Saturdays usually. It doesn't really make a difference to us. And he said, well, it's a shame you don't get to enjoy the weekend. And I said, what is weekend? Weekend? And we got separated, and we didn't get to finish the conversation. But Josh, have you ever heard, what, the weekend?
No,
You told me they all run together.
They all run together. We have one schedule. There is no weekend. There's Monday, Tuesday, maybe a break.
So before we came up, I Googled it real quick. I went to CNN.com because they always tell the truth.
Fake news?
No.
I was told to say that.
So anyway, so I Googled on CNN. They told me that weekend is Anderson Cooper is off. Oh, okay, sorry. Everyone knows that. Weekend means people generally relax. Okay, again, I don't know what that means. Another word like relax. Anyway. We'll have to try to figure that out. Anyway, so 10 years ago on this very evening, many of you in this room helped us to celebrate the grand opening of the Colonnade. It's hard to believe that it's been 10 years, but we're so grateful for the love and support that we've received, not only from you, from all of you here, but from the community at large. It wasn't long after opening the Colonnade that we realized that we had not only an opportunity, but a responsibility to support our community and specifically art-related causes. As former New York City residents, live theater has always been close to our hearts, having had access to Broadway shows just a few blocks from our home. Excuse me. We became involved with the Broadway Theater League of Northeastern Pennsylvania very soon after opening the Colonnade. We have enjoyed hosting various cast parties and meeting celebrities like Sandy Duncan and Sally Struthers, as well as the cast and crew of so many of the wonderful shows. And we've enjoyed personally so many of the live performances here at this beautiful theater behind us. We're grateful to the Broadway Theater League of Northeastern Pennsylvania and its board of directors for honoring us tonight with the Sam and Jane Kelly Star Award. We know many of the past recipients, and we're humbled to be in their distinguished company. We would like to thank the entire Gala committee, but especially the honorary chairs, Ida Castro, Mary Ellen Coleman, and Barbara, I think, was a part of that. Our dear friends and neighbors for many years. Katie Gilmartin and Betsy Moylan, my cohorts from the Scranton Shakespeare Festival Board, Annette Palutis and Randy Williams, longtime supporters of Scranton Tomorrow. I would also like to take a moment to thank the staff of the Colonnade, as well as Posh, for making this evening amazing, specifically our executive chef, Sean Keeney, who is preparing your meal tonight, our house manager, Lala Hollenbaugh, who is coordinating service, as she does on so many nights for us, and our restaurant manager, Cindy Mikhaila, who steers the ship when we're not there. Thank you so much. And so many of our other staff members, both here tonight and at Posh, who have worked so hard over the past decade to help us become the premier event facilities in the area. Thank you so much. We love you all. Josh and I would like to extend a special thank you to my family, many of whom are here tonight, but especially to my parents, who have been an endless source of love and support. It's only taken a decade, but I think they're finally numb to any kind of surprise or shock from anything that we're doing. But they're always ready and willing to lend a hand. So thank you so much. We love you. So personally, I've been currently obsessed with the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, about the life of Freddie Mercury and the singer. He's the lead singer of the band Queen. One of their most popular songs is called "You're My Best Friend." It was released in 1975, and it was the theme to the the show Family Ties, and in case you need a pop culture reference. But the lyrics hit home right from the start. Ooh, you make me live. Whatever this world can give to me, it's you, you're all I see. Ooh, you make me live now, honey. Oh, you're my best friend. So I would like to thank this gentleman standing next to me for dragging me kicking and screaming through life. Because really, you two make me live, and what a life it has been. Thank you for 20 great years and hopefully 20 or 30 more. Ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Mast.
Well, the story is Paul was supposed to write my speech. But then I got a little, write my own speech. So I have a couple bullet points. We're going to keep it short and sweet because everybody needs to eat. That's what I do. That's what we do. We have events. And without this man, we would not have any of this tonight. So all I can say is we will celebrate our 20th anniversary on December 10th. And I can't imagine anything else. And I can't imagine this tour that I've had and coming to Scranton without him. So first and foremost, thank you. I want to say thank you to my family, to Paul's family, to our friends, Broadway Theater League, Bernie, Ross, Marlene Salmon, Frank, and also to Laurie Cadden, my girl. I just don't know what else to say without you. I want to say thank you so much for the mayor because as a community person, the mayor has been so supportive since he's been in office for everything that I do along with Scranton Tomorrow, so thank you so much. So just quick thing, service to me, when I was very small, my grandfather owned a small town department store that eventually my parents owned. I grew up in retail, and service was 33 1/3%. That's what he charged. Anyone who needed a suit, needed an outfit, needed help, my grandfather was always there. So somehow that has always been in my soul, and that has been what Paul and I, thank goodness, believe in. We believe in our community. We believe in all of you because you believe in us. And without that, we could not be here tonight. So on our 10-year anniversary of celebrating the opening of the Colonnade and our 7-year anniversary of Posh, all I can say is I'm an outsider, so thank you so much for welcoming me into your community and welcoming us. Because I said to Paul very early on, I don't know if we can do this. This was before the Colonnade, and then I said very early, there's two guys. Will they support us? Scranton has, you have, and thank you so much for making our dreams come true.
Paul and Josh, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. That concludes our program. We'll be able to enjoy a wonderful Posh meal right now. I also wanted to say thank you to Mark Migliori and ECTV for doing the great video which we had up here today. Thank you to Mike Walton Entertainment over there with the photo booth, if you'd like to go over there, and Jake Stevens somewhere, the photographer. There he is across the room there. If you don't clap for him, he's going to take a picture of you while you're eating. So thank you very much. Enjoy the evening.